rap me, gradually. I started having caption, only for real folks. Glad to see me, yeah, talking, doing the same truth again. And never ruin it, you need nothing else. With me on the menu, it's crash shit. Do be continue.
We went from cooking and jugging that crack sack, strapping the backpack, the black sack, backpack.
Yeah. What up, what up, what up? This is Banski. Welcome to the Banski Show. Welcome to the Banski Show. We got the OG, King of the Bay, DIGGS with us. What's good, DIGGS? How you feeling?
Bro, how you doing? I'm good, bro.
Get on your level with me real quick, right quick.
Come on, you come sit next to me, man.
Hey, man, we over here at the release of your brand new book, Soul of a Gangsta, man. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Man, hey, how long has this book been in the making?
This book been in the making for over 20 years. I started this book in the 90s when I was in prison.
God damn.
Yeah, over 20 years.
Some history. Okay.
Yeah, when I came home, I just kept adding to it until, it's finally, my legacy is wrote.
Bro, congratulations. I have to say that I listened, and it's a classic album, just like all your rest of the albums, bro. So I loved and the Flowers, and I love Frumpography 1. I mean, the three were dope, but those ones stood out. And I just want to ask you, what was the process on making those songs, like Flowers? Can you tell me a little bit about how the process of making that song?
Actually, Filthy started that one off. You know, I got a shout out to my dude, Filthy Rich. You know, we've been doing this a long time together. And we went in the studio together, and we would just make some music, and Filthy did his verse. And on the verse, he said, you know, DIGGS laid the blueprint, give him his flowers. And that was some real shit for him to say that, you know, because that was one of my bros. You know, a lot of dudes came up under my movement that don't really want to admit that they
recognize game.
Yeah, exactly. So when he said that, it was like, okay, my guy, well, I'm gonna keep it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it as it is. And it was at a time I'm doing a song, basically, is telling stories about where I came from to get to where I'm at. So it just fit perfect, you know, when he laid that line. So I kept it as that, Flowers.
Shout out Filthy, that's what's up. That song bangs. Banger. You always in Hawaii, bro, and I always see you out moving. You know, I know DIGGS does it moving, DIGGS do it moving. You always in Hawaii, bro. Tell me your connection to Hawaii, and where the hell you get weed out there?
Oh yeah, I definitely can tell you where to get some weed at in Hawaii. Yeah, you gotta hit. Yeah, you gotta hit my delivery service, man. Yeah, we got Hawaiian exotics. You got
okay.
It's actually Island Exotics, and it's in Hawaii. So y'all look that up. It definitely got the best weed in Hawaii.
Okay.
And my connection to Hawaii is basically my mom put a trip together for Hawaii for Trill Television back in 2003, where she took Yuck Mouth, Mac Dre, the whole DIGGS Nation over to Hawaii. And it's a long story. It's actually stories in my book, because I got to the airport to go to Hawaii with everybody, and I went to jail that day at the airport. I didn't make it over there. And the second time I tried to go to Hawaii, I went to jail at the airport, and I didn't make it over there. And then my third time I made it to Hawaii, I went to jail, and I got stuck over there. Okay, so you got to read the book to get this story.
But I got my copy. You better get yours.
But now I got 2 kids that live in Hawaii, and that's like my second home. I've been doing Hawaii for a while now.
Hey, shout out to the kids, bro. That's what's up. The Fam Bam. That's hella dope, bro. I'd live out there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm there every month.
Bro, so you're very prolific, and your bars are always on point, bro. I always, like, obviously Mac Dre is man, changed the game, but you always, like, right behind, like, right on his tail, like, you were, like, you right there with them, bar for bar, like, the flow. What is your writing process, and, like, and can you say anything you share about that?
It's not really a process. Really, I just take my time. You know, the new generation now, they just go in the studio and they freestyle, and a lot of them say the first thing that come to mind. But my thing always been is concept and, you know, and stories, you know, like that's what, you know, a lot of people still want to hear that. So I kind of keep to the old school flow, you know what I mean? But as far as my bars, it's just about taking time, man, and really thinking shit out what I want to say. Because I know once that shit get to y'all, I can't take it back, you know what I mean? So it's important for me to...
No, I can tell, like, you hear the attention to detail in the bars and the structure of the lyrics. So I always appreciate lyricism, when it's just mixed in with the flow and all that, you kill it. Keep killing it. And so, what do you think about today's rap game? Completely influenced by Mac Dre and Fizz Entertainment, and and do they ever reach out to you and like try to show love? Because obviously they're familiar with the whole crew.
We got a bunch of people that shows homage. But then you got some that really don't even know who to show homage to, and it's understandable. But and that's why you got stuff like rompographies, and you got the Soul of a Gangsta book. It's somebody got to leave our legacy, and I'd rather tell my story than let somebody else try to guess my story. So hopefully I can enlighten a lot of youngsters about the whole Bay movement and where we came from as a nation. I can't speak for everybody else, but as far as the nation and what we did for this game, like Backwoods, y'all can thank the world for Backwoods.
But I don't think there's one person in the rap game, no matter how big they are, that wasn't influenced by you and Mac Dre and your guys' movement.
I would like to think so. That's a blessing to even be said. Definitely Dre. Dre is one of the most influential rappers that ever touched the microphone. He's the first for a lot of things. First rapper to ever drop 2 albums on one day. First rapper to do an album from jail. Dre set a lot of bars, and he was before his time. He's definitely before his time. It's like that's why people still trying to emulate him, still trying to get his style. Like, damn, he was doing this back in the '90s, and
Great point.
Trying to figure it out.
You're on point, bro. I didn't even think about that because he was light years ahead. So of course they're gonna be copying because they ain't even caught up yet.
Exactly. So, and it is what it is. You always going to have some of those gifted artists that's going to leave something to the game. And one thing Dre did is Dre left his mark in the game. And me being his best friend, I just try to follow suit. You know what I mean? I try to keep this movement alive, keep this name alive. I got my brother Kilo Kurt, Big Don. They also was Dre best friends. We've been together. We show loyalty through all the bullshit, and that's some things that you don't see a lot now. My same friends that was friends with me when I was in 3rd grade are here right here now today with me. After jail, we went to jail together. We came home together. We started a movement together, and we still moving together. And that's important to me. I'm a family structured guy, so it's important to have my family and real friends around me.
Hey, and that's facts. What I said, I meant it, and that's facts. I ain't no one can say anything that's not true because every single person influenced by you guys' movement. So, thank you. And you hollered at Kilo Kurt. He's right around the corner. I said what's up to him. And can you tell us where we're at right now?
What?
Can you tell us where we're at? There was studios that we're at?
Yeah, we at Q Made to Be Studios in Sacramento, man. This is where I record all my music at. Anything you probably done heard in the last so many years has been recorded right here, man. It's where DIGGS come to do all this shit at. Y'all stay tuned, man. Mr. First Man to ever ghost ride a whip. Don't you forget that shit either,
yeah. Let them know. Man, that's what's up, bro. And I just want to say thank you for your time. And, man, congratulations on the book.
Appreciate it, bro.
It's a huge step forward and a huge movement. Like, yeah, I want to one day write a book too. Like, I can't even imagine like the whole process from beginning to end.
Well, one thing about it is I had to go through a lot of bullshit. I wouldn't wish some of the shit I went through on nobody, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm still here, and one of my motivations is for dudes that's in prison. You know what I mean? I've been through there. I know what it takes to make it through there. I've seen people not make it through. I've seen friends of mine that took their life in prison. You know what I mean? So that's a hell of a thing to go through. So all I ask really that is people that get my book, share it with people in prison. If you know somebody in prison, which a lot of people do, send them that book, man. And just should let them see that there is life after prison. I've been through a lot of bullshit, and I got a beautiful family now. I'm structured and all this shit, and I did 12 years in there. So, this is really for motherfuckers that thinking, they going through some bullshit right now. If they read that shit, they'll see I've been there. And they'll give them some motivation. Like, hell yeah, when I get home, I'm putting my mask down, just like DIGGS did. And it can be done, period.
Yeah. Bro, that's a good point. This is going to be a game changer. This is going to change people's lives.
Like I say, this is dedicated to prison. If you know anybody in prison, send them my book, man. Send them my love. And if you send me a copy or a picture that you sent it to them in jail, I'll repost it and give them some love in jail, man, because they need that.
That's a good point. I remember I interviewed Wendy Day, and she said that she sends books to people, to her friends, the incarcerated friends, and although a lot of different people.
Yeah, it's a story about Wendy in my book. That's a good friend of mine.
Oh, snap.
Yeah,
Really?
that's a good friend of mine. Yeah, Wendy.
Oh, that's so dope. Congrats. Hey, shout out Wendy Day. She just recently dropped a
She
pod.
just sent me a video. She just sent me a video shout out for a thank you on my birthday. They just played it for me right before here. But yeah, she's a powerhouse right there.
I didn't even know that,
lady.
bro.
That lady is behind multi-million-dollar deals in the Bay Area. No, not the Bay Area, in the world. But I brought her to the Bay years ago by way of my mom. You know what I mean? She tapped in and we brought her out here and was trying to really do something with her with the nation.
Yeah.
But that's, like I said, that's a whole nother story in my book. You gotta tap
book.
in. Shout out Wendy though. I love that girl.
Hey, man, thank you so much, Diggs. I appreciate your time, bro. This is the Banski Show, man. Man, go get the book. Go get the album. Man, two drop. Book and album, bro. Stream it everywhere. And you got to get the book direct from the source. Yay!
I'm really not a rapper. I'm real street with it. All I did was take my life and mix a little beat with it. I'm deep with it. I speak it, believe, I live that. The type of cat to call my dogs and have them where you live at. I play it from the bid at. My soldiers in the front.